The state graduation requirement, if I'm remembering this correctly, around world language, is 1 credit of career technical education, art, or world language. And so you can graduate without ever having taken a world language at all. The reason that we, as a board, decided to make our graduation requirement 2 years of world language is because to get into any public university in Oregon, Washington, or California, just as an example, the minimum requirement is 2 years of foreign language. And so you can graduate, if we didn't have this, you can graduate as a valedictorian from a Portland Public Schools and not have the minimum requirement to get into a public university. And so, I mean, it really is a discussion that should be happening at the statewide level, how we don't have our high school graduation requirement and our public university minimum standards for admission in sync is unbelievable. But it's one of the reasons that we, as a district, decided to take that on. And it is about equity at some level, because a lot of parents who are dead set on getting their kids in college do the research and figure it out. And for kids who are not necessarily thinking on college material and then realize it later on, maybe, you know, it might be too late. Yeah, it might be too late. And I do think it's a requirement also that we're going to find is easier and easier to reach as we have more of our children participating in immersion programs. So that's also exciting as we go. But that's where that discussion is. And the other thing that we talked about as a board is the fact that, in general, the United States is pretty far behind other countries around the world in terms of citizens growing up bilingual, trilingual. And, you know, 2 years of world language is a drop in the bucket relative to what we ought to be doing, but at least it kind of puts it on the map for us. So I just wanted to kind of give that background more for the general public of what we're talking about. So when we look at local life priorities and consideration for waivers, it strikes me right now, and maybe there's others, but the 2 areas where Portland Public Schools kind of goes above and beyond state requirements is full-day kindergarten and the world language requirements. Those are kind of the 2 areas that we've kind of generally held out as, you know,